Soul Not For Sale sweater. I can't wait till my t-shirt comes. Oh man. Or I should just make it myself. It's right here. I should just make it. But I gotta buy the t-shirts in bulk, and then I gotta do, it's a whole thing. They're coming soon though. Oh man. Joe Rogan talking about Justin Trudeau in one of Justin Trudeau's dumbest moments. Where he's talking about water thing, water, it goes into it's a jug, bottle, well, you'll see. Before I get into that clip, let's look at the Soul Not For Sale store, the I Am Coach Colin store at iamcoachcolin.com. Check it out. We have shirts like this, The Great Resist, do not join the Great Reset. Crickets are not actually good for you, despite what they tell you. They're actually really bad for you. And that's actual information. I'm not just saying that. Soul Not For Sale, selling your soul, also just as bad for you as crickets, if not worse. So just wanted to show you guys this site. We got hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, women's v-necks, anti-WEF, Soul Not For Sale, and The Great Resist. The website again is I Am Coach Colin. Discount code is I Am Coach Colin. All one word, all caps. Now let's get in. And if you've bought anything from there, you're so appreciated. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's get into the actual clip. Let's flip over here.
What's wrong with you that you want to control the dispensing of information?
You're lying. Right? Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're fucking lying, you need to control people's ability to challenge whatever lie you're telling.
Right.
And the more egregious the lie, theoretically, the more you have to, like, shut any kind of counter argument down. I mean, it's
my favorite conspiracy is that he's Castro's kid.
He does look like him.
He looks a lot like his dad, too, though.
Kid. Yeah.
The problem is his dad looks like Castro.
Dude.
Look, it looks a lot like Castro, though.
I mean, maybe that's just something that starts. What if that's what happens? Like, the more fascist you become, the more your
Elizabeth
face
Warren
turns.
It ruined her career. You should do it too. Take a DNA test, bro.
I would, if I was Justin Trudeau, I would do that just to, like, shame all the people who said I was Castro, right?
What if it turns out he's like 72% Cuban?
You don't tell anybody.
He's probably taking that test. He's probably taking that test and called his mom. What the fuck, Mom? Son, it was a lonely weekend. Castro's a wonderful man.
Kind of cooler though, right? Like that. Like I like the fucking.
Unless you're living under his grip,
dude. Of course, but if you're gonna go fascist, put on a costume, right? I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like Castro's. Like, I'm wearing fucking camouflage. You are not going to, like, mistake me for anything other than an authoritarian leader. Like, look at what he's dresses exactly the way they
dresses a military leader.
Exactly, but to me, when fascism becomes like insidious, when it, like, learns to disguise itself as the opposite of what it is. Oh, dude, that is so spooky. That's where it gets really scary. They're wolf in sheep's clothing.
Did you ever see the video where they're asking Trudeau how his family is using recyclables and what are they doing to stop this?
Did not see that.
He's talking about his family drinking water. They've switched to bottles of water that are made out of paper. Those box bottles of water. You got to see this, because this is the real person. Like, forget all the speeches. Right. This is the real person that they've allowed to be in control of their liberty.
Right.
See if you can find that. He's having a conversation about box water being, yeah.
Here, I'm gonna bring you guys the full video so you can just see the full thing. Here it is. Let's just pull this up, because they don't play the whole thing. I'm gonna play the whole thing for you guys. Here you go.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic, away from plastic towards paper.
It's hard to watch, but hard to look away. The Prime Minister was hoping to celebrate his announcement to ban single-use plastics, but instead, this fumbled answer stole many headlines.
away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles sort of things.
The Prime Minister was in Quebec to announce his government's plan to ban single-use plastic.
It's almost like he's never used one of these things he's talking about in his entire life, which I would venture to say that is the situation, which is why he has no idea what to call it, because there's none in his house. That's why. It's just plastic. It's just plastic bottles as far as the eye can see in the Trudeau house. Anyway, let's finish up this clip here.
Put it back from the beginning. Was it?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic towards paper.
It's hard to watch, but hard to look away. The Prime Minister.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's their exceptional leader.
I mean,
That's when you catch him
towards,
answering a question.
Paper, like drink box water bottles sort of things.
The Prime Minister.
Yeah, drink box water bottles.
sort of things.
Yeah, that's what he's done. That's the big contribution. I'm sure there's more, right? I'm sure he's done more. I'm sure he switched to solar. I'm sure he eats organic, whatever. But the point is, like, that's the guy. That's the guy that's telling you we have to be able to regulate podcasts.
Right. That's fucked
Because
up.
if we don't regulate podcasts, someone could play this very clip, like you and I are doing, from the great state of Texas,
Yeah, man.
where a person could talk shit about someone who should be talked shit about in that regard.
If you want this to run in Canada, you're going to have to put a Canadian flag up or something.
I don't think that's going to be the issue. I think it's going to be the issue of this 30% thing. Like, what does that mean? Does it mean if it's not broadcasting just in Canada?
30%
so if you're talking
Canadian
about
guests.
Spotify Canada only, that Spotify Canada only has to like stuff itself with 30% Canadian content. I mean, maybe they have enough Canadian content already. A lot of great stuff comes from Canada. I'm sure a lot of great podcasts come from Canada. Maybe they're...
Here's the thing. You want to know what that 30% is? I can tell you what that 30% is. It's going to be 30%, and what it's going to consist of is people who fit into the box of the LGBTQ community plus. It's going to be the people who are willing to be the megaphones for the establishment. It's going to be people who are pro the Canadian government. It is going to be the people who are willing to go on with whatever narrative is being pushed by the Canadian government. That's who it's going to be. That's what's going to happen. And everyone else is going to fall by the wayside. Everybody else is going to get pushed aside into the shadow realm right away. That's what's going to happen. That's the 30%. That they're talking about when it comes to this bill, what's it called, C11. That's what's happening with that. And that little fumble was Justin Trudeau. And I love what Joe said. That's the real guy. That's the real guy. They caught him off guard, right? Because usually anytime you hear this guy speak, it's just scripted drama teacher nonsense, because he used to be a drama teacher. So when you see him trying to give like real somber looks and real sadness, it's all fake. All of it, it's always fake. Always. And they caught him off guard, and you got to see the real guy. The real guy who's just like, oh, wow, oh, no, water bottle, I don't know, it's a cardboard, a thing. That's the real person. The nonsensical, whatever. I don't want to get too much into it, but that is the man. So just wanted to show you guys that clip. Like the video. It helps so much. Consider an FU to JT. And I don't mean Justin Timberlake. Justin Trudeau. F Trudeau. Thank you so much for watching. And other than that, I am out.